On a cold evening in Toronto, the city bus rattled along the snowy streets, its windows fogged from the warmth inside. Among the tired passengers sat Emma, a young nurse still in her scrubs after a grueling 12-hour shift at the hospital. Her body begged for rest, her eyelids heavy from exhaustion. She leaned against the cool glass of the bus window, promising herself she would stay awake just a little longer until her stop arrived. But within minutes, her exhaustion won, and she drifted into a deep, peaceful sleep. Across the aisle, Daniel, a middle-aged man who took the same bus every night after his warehouse job, noticed her. He had seen Emma on this route before, always looking weary, always carrying that air of quiet strength that healthcare workers seem to have. As the bus rolled past stop after stop, he realized she wasn't stirring. Her stop had already passed. He hesitated at first, unsure if he should disturb her, but something inside told him that leaving her to wake up alone in the cold darkness of the last bus terminal wasn't right. The bus reached the end of the line, and the driver stood up, preparing to clear the bus. "Miss, time to get off," the driver called gently, but Emma didn't move. She stirred only slightly, her exhaustion too deep. Daniel stepped forward. "I'll make sure she's okay," he told the driver, who gave him a doubtful look but eventually nodded and left them. Emma woke slowly, confused, realizing she had missed her stop by miles. Her cheeks flushed with embarrassment as she quickly apologized. "I'm so sorry, I must have fallen asleep." Daniel gave her a kind smile. "Don't worry about it, I didn't want you to wake up alone here. This area isn't the best at night." His voice was calm, reassuring, without judgment. The two began to walk toward the small coffee shop near the terminal, the only place open so late. Daniel bought her a tea to warm her hands while they waited for the next bus heading back in her direction. Emma thanked him softly, still embarrassed, but Daniel shrugged it off. "We all have long days. I know what it's like to push yourself until you can't anymore." He spoke with a tone that carried experience, a life of hard shifts and weary journeys. As they sat there, Emma shared how overwhelming her job had been lately: patients, night shifts, and the constant pressure of caring for others while barely having time to care for herself. Daniel listened with quiet patience. Then he admitted that he too knew the weight of exhaustion. He had once worked 2 jobs just to keep a roof over his head after his wife passed away, and those lonely, sleepless nights had taught him the importance of simple kindness from strangers. By the time the next bus arrived, Emma no longer felt embarrassed. Instead, she felt a strange sense of comfort, as if the universe had put someone in her path to remind her she wasn't alone in her struggles. Before boarding, she looked at Daniel with genuine gratitude. "Thank you for not leaving me behind. You didn't have to, but you stayed." Daniel gave a small smile, his hands tucked in his worn jacket. "Sometimes staying makes all the difference." As the bus pulled away, Emma pressed her forehead against the window, watching the lights blur past. She realized that kindness didn't always come in grand gestures, it often came quietly, in someone choosing to stay when it would have been easier to walk away. That night, she promised herself that no matter how tired life made her, she would try to be that kind of person for someone else. And Daniel, he walked home in the falling snow, feeling lighter than he had in weeks. He didn't have much to give, but he had reminded himself, and Emma, that humanity is strongest when we choose not to let others face the darkness alone. Would you like me to make this story slightly more dramatic and heart-tugging so it deeply resonates with Canadian viewers on YouTube, or keep it soft and comforting the way it is?